the transcript. Transcript is running. Recording is running. So let's look at the last module of today. And the last module of today is configuring the UX1 panel. And this is a configuration that, depending on the system version you're running, has several layers to configure, or only one, two or one. We started with UX1 for customers. So in the first versions of the platform that supports UX1, we only had the configuration of UX1 for customers. At some point, we added UX1 for resellers, so you can configure that one. And in version 20 point whatever, I'm not sure which version, or version 21, we also added the configuration for UX1 for provider. So depending on where you are, my demonstrations might not make sense yet because you don't see that information. It simply means that it will come to you in a future version. What are we talking about? UX1 panel is that new panel that we are seeing for resellers, for providers, for customers. And what are we going to look at? We're going to look at the overview. What can you see there? What can a customer do there? I think that that part is not that interesting anymore. What do I mean with not interesting? I mean that that part has been with us for a long time already. So most people know how this one would work. Just going to look at the UX1 marketplace for a second. What do we have there? What can we enable, and how would it look? And then we're going to look at the customizations of UX1. The customizations of UX1. How can we move tiles? How can we make sure that when a customer enters his customer control panel, he does not open his dashboard first, but that he opens the marketplace to let him see what new offers we have this week, etc., etc. So those kind of things we're going to play around with when we talk about UX1 panel customization. But let's first look at the overview of the panel. And I think that we have a UX1 for customers here, a screenshot. Let's look at what is available and what is not available, and how things look. We've got our subscriptions in here as well as in tiles. So if there is something to manage to a service that has management components ready for our UX1 or CCPv2, depending on how you call it. CCPv2 is the first name of this panel, but we call it UX1 now. You will have your own tiles. Like in this case, there is a cloud servers option where the customer bought a subscription to cloud servers. We have that same option here. If you look very carefully there, if I click it, I can do some management of that service. I can cancel services. I can look at my subscriptions under accounts. Probably there is a marketplace. So either here or there, the customer can purchase new services under his account, but also here at the at the dashboard, as we call this, for this home screen. There are the invoices. We see what the status is. In this case, all invoices are paid, and there is no credit, or is there a credit status? You see a number there. So if you have credit memos, or you don't have, you have a debit memo, you will see the status of your financial scenario in that way, in that point. And we can add users there. So it's not that fancy. Let me log in as a customer quickly. Let me go to the last page. Oh wait, I'm in operations. I need to go to billing, sorry. And go to my customers and take the Dutch connection as a sample. This is the UX1 that we have the screenshot of. Not sure why it doesn't show everything, which is weird. Let's take the Frisch connection or that one, GLD. There's something strange happening. It looks like somebody is working on the platform. Always good when you're doing demonstrations. Somebody's working on this. Let me see. Do I have another platform? I do have another platform. Because I want to continue. That's the wrong one. Login page. Log out. Log in again. Let's go to billing and see. This is the same platform, but let's see what this behavior is causing. Now we're there. Okay. There is something weird happening there. Okay. Let me. Something wrong there. All right. Let me go to another platform. Let's take that one. Let's go to a customer. And log in as that customer. Here we are. So this is the screenshot or the UX1 for customers that we have on screen. In the screenshot, similar one, only it is branded a little bit more. And we have that new experience at this moment in version 21 that does things a little bit different, especially when it comes to being able to move this menu in and out and look for options. If I go to the account, for instance, I have a pull out of the options that I can select if I hover over it. And that's a different thing than in the non-new experience. If I go to the account, it actually adds again that flip out bar, and it takes space again from my working space. Go to account, it gives me here, and I keep having this item there. This is a 21 thing. Tell me.
One question. In the APS, we also have the option to put APS 2, right? We have the option to put some menus here. Will they hover too, or it's just the built-in ones that hover in the new experience?
If I am correct, this is if you have sub menus, they will, as far as I know, also hover, because the UI that we are building here is based on APS anyway. So it should hook up to the same functionality that allows me to hover over the account and then make my selection.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. So you can play around with this. I've got my logo in here now. I've got my navigation, my dashboard, my marketplace, etc. So those are a couple of things that I have. What can I do? I can do all this with my subscriptions by going to those subscriptions in my account option. Provided there are, I can go in here, change it. This one is ordered and not provisioned yet. I can see my order history and invoice history. And in some cases, if you don't do the math, you might want to show the billing order or the invoice, depending on the scenario. And there is a way this is a privilege. Oh, this is a privilege where I can decide to show billing orders next to invoices or only invoices. By default, customers only see invoices and not billing orders. But like I said, this is a privilege that I can set for my level. Let's get rid of that. So what we have a marketplace, and we've got we had two marketplaces. Maybe I should take this one out. What we're talking about now is we want to use the UX1 marketplace for customers and the UX1 marketplace for resellers. This deck is from the time that we did not have the reseller component yet. So what can I do in there? Well, basically anything that needs to be done in a marketplace. I can buy new services. As a reseller, I can make sure that new products show up. In UX1 marketplace for customers, I have better navigation. I have a search, not just a smart search, but a search in the first place. And I can also, and that's one of the things that I like, I can fill my cart with multiple services and only then in one order pay for it. I don't have to place one order at a time or a service order at a time, meaning that I have to go through 4, 5, 6 screens for each and individual purchase that I make before I hit I want to purchase this. I can add Office 365 Enterprise, I can add a domain, I can add Dropbox to it, I can add Acronis to it, and then go to my shopping cart and pay for it. We have two options, the vendor catalog and the own catalog. What is the difference? The UX1 marketplace for customers. The vendor catalog is that I am inheriting as a reseller all the information from the from one level up, and that is what I can sell. I can also use my own catalog. Where do I all configure this? Because the fun part is that in that vendor catalog, we can configure banners, we can configure promos, we can control visibility of product pages. And if we have our own catalog, we can also add own product pages. It depends on what you want to do, but also what your what your level up seller has enabled. Let me first go to this one. This is a provider UX1. Let's see if it works. No, it doesn't. Does it work now? There is something wrong with this one. Okay, let me not use this one anymore. This is demo AKS. That's the docs. Demo AKS. This is the one that I want to use. So let me first go to the dashboard here, expand this a little bit. And using our sales channels, we have, as a provider, you see that there is a reseller marketplace and there is an end customer marketplace. As a provider, I can set everything for the level below me, the resellers, but I might also have my own end customers. So I can configure both of those. What do I have there? Well, we can change the appearance. For the reseller marketplace, sell a broad range of cloud services within minutes is a logical string to have there, and then either browse or start selling as a button. So what I can do is I can customize this style. And for instance, change the color. I can have a custom color or even a background image in that one. Or I can use the brand color. That's why it's gray here. It's gray because gray means we don't know what color it will be until we go and layer that brand on top. But I can change the look and feel of the button. start selling. And then we zoom out a little bit and we save this. So here we have it, start selling. If I go to the dashboard and I log in as a reseller, because that's important. This is my reseller marketplace, not my provider marketplace. This is what I get from my parent. I am a reseller in this one. So this is what comes from the provider. If I look at the end customer marketplace, we have the same set of options. What I never like is when I am a customer and it says sell a broad range. No. As a customer, I don't sell. As a customer, I buy. Start shopping. Save. So let me see, where are my customers? Here are my customers. I do have one. And if I log in as that customer and I go to the marketplace here, I go to my homepage on the dashboard, it doesn't find the customer marketplace. There is a lot wrong today. I don't like that. But you see that at least it says buy a broad range and it says start shopping now here. And that's what I wanted. Here's my sales channels. The end customer marketplace is switched on. The reseller marketplace is switched on. I can configure a couple of options in there. I can change the appearance, as I said. And then for each of these three options, be aware that you have two tabs and that it's underlined in which tab you are working. Why am I saying that? Because the moment I do something here, it is just for the active tab, let's say. So if I go to my end customer marketplace and I make changes, for instance, at some point I want to do something here and I save this and I go back. Oh, this one works better. Okay. So we changed that because every time I went back to the reseller marketplace. Now it stays on the marketplace that we're working on. One of the things I can do, I can hide specific categories. These are the sales categories that we set up for all our products. So if I don't want other products to be showing, just click that button and now this one won't show for my customers in the end customer marketplace. Making it only available to be sold through the reseller marketplace. If you have a set of products that require assistance for buying, make sure they are hidden in the end customer marketplace and they're showing in the reseller marketplace. Make sure your customers know that for some products, they can call your customer success managers or your sales team or whatever, your call center even, and make sure that they buy it from there. Same thing for service plans. I can hide service plans from the end customer marketplace, but not from the reseller marketplace. Same scenario. And of course, on the homepage, we can set up banners, we can set up top selling categories, and we have the rest of the categories, and we can set up top selling products and top selling plans, depending on how you want to do that. The moment we're ready, we can do a preview. In my case, it looks like this, and my end customer marketplace is also looking like this. I can go back to edit mode by clicking that button and going to the categories and, for instance, unhiding what I just hid. Where are we? I thought I hid a thing. Oh yeah, other products I hid. There we go. Now it should be visible if I go to the home page and do a preview. So that is how you can manipulate your store, your configuration, your marketplace. I can do that for the reseller. I can do it for the end customer. In this platform, I'm only a reseller. If I would have, and let me test it one last time. And I go to UX1. There is something happening on this environment. I'm not sure what, but at this point, I don't see what I need to see, because I wanted to show you that at provider level, and here you see that there is a lot wrong with this one as well. Not sure what is going on. At provider level, you will see provider marketplace, reseller marketplace, and end customer marketplace. So there will be a third tab for a provider. Like I said, in this demo platform, I'm just a reseller, which is enough for the demos that I often do. But today I wanted to show you the provider, but actually today it's not an option. After that, we can also customize UX1 panel itself. So what I can do is I can use or hide, or show or hide components. The thing is, we have to do that in the classic panel. So let me try to do it here in my classic panel. This is where we have in operations, we have our UX1 navigation option. And these are all the components. You only have to search through 5,238 on my platform only. This depends on how many you have. This depends on the installed modules, because each module will probably add something to that UX1 component. So each application, here you see it, each application has its own option, or multiple options, I would say. I see your hands up. Tell me.
Me again.
Yo, tell me.
That option in UX1 with the the editing for the marketplace, is it only for version 21, or is it available for 20?
It is 20.5 as well, but we used to have a built-in marketplace. Where did we put that?
Here? Yeah,
Here.
the online store one, which is going to not be available anymore.
No, we had a default marketplace that is always built in. That is only for customers. And we had a specific UX1 marketplace extension. In version 21, we do not have the default marketplace anymore. As far as I know, in version 20, there is still the need to install the UX1 marketplace extension.
Oh, yeah, that's the reason why we don't have it. Okay.
Yeah, and probably it's the same reason. It's probably another Kubernetes module. So I would, if I were you, I would talk to to our support team or professional services team to investigate what it would take to get those Kubernetes modules installed on your platform.
Yeah, well, we are preparing for the upgrade of 21, so we'll probably have all of these.
Yeah, soon.
Soon. So like in 1 month or two. So I don't know if it's worth it to.
In that case, it's not useful to discuss the addition now.
Yeah, we'll have this in the staging, of course, but still.
Got it.
Something that we have. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So hiding and showing. Here we have all those components. And what you see here, PRD, is the component, the screens and everything for a specific service, for a specific product coming from Connect. You see there are asset wizards, purchase settings, service screens, etc., etc. Everything can be found. One of the things I can also see here is marketplace. Here we have the marketplace itself. I can hide the marketplace. I can show the marketplace. I can hide components from the marketplace. If we want not to have a quote option, in the new marketplace, you can create a quote for a customer that the customer then accepts either through PDF with a link in it or just because it's stored in his account. And you don't want those quote options, you can hide that component by checking the box and then hiding it. In that case, it's not visible anymore. In my case, let me just do this and hide the marketplace. If I now go log in as a customer, oh, it does show it. That's cool. Oh, this is a different marketplace. This is the old one. Let me go to settings, UX1 navigation. And sometimes you see that you need to, this is the one. Okay, yeah. Let me enable this one again and disable that. Show. My system is really behaving erratically because you see that it does not do what I want to do. It says waiting now. Okay, now it has worked. And I want the customer marketplace to be hidden. There we go. And I'm going to log in as that customer. It does not work here. Always good. I'm always happy if my demos work a lot. There's something else that I can hide to test if it is a privilege or a hard-coded issue on my side. What do I want? I want to hide account orders. Here we are. View orders, order history. The navigation UX1 orders I want to hide, and basically I want to hide everything. Wait for this to happen. Why do I always close the tab and then open it again and not refresh? Because this information is read the moment I log in to the control panel. And of course, if I do this, I log into the control panel only at this point. Access is forbidden. Sometimes you get these issues that the tile is still visible, so there is probably some other control that I still have to hide for this tile not to be visible. But you see that I can remove access to some components. As I said, it's not the most decent thing. Let me enable everything again, show. There's probably a control that does not listen to orders here. Or that does not have orders in the UI control, because now I'm looking for orders in this part. It goes here. Why does it take so long? Because it has to go through that entire list of 5,600 something to figure out which item do I still need to control. Let me go to that one. Is there another label? We've got 8 lines now. It's still 8 lines. Navigation, items, views. There's a users option, navigation. users view. I can remove it. I could even remove the button add new users if I want to. So now here's my users. There's an add new users button in there. If I only want to hide this one, the more extensive your platform is, the bigger your platform is, the more services you have onboarded, the slower this component becomes because of the entire list of all those navigation items that are available to the system. Access is forbidden. So it looks like, let me see if we go to this control panel, go to the dashboard. You see what happens? It wants to open that wizard. It does not allow for that wizard, so it closes it again and comes back here in this component. It does not show me that it's not allowed. So those are the things you can play around with. Let me first enable this one again, and then go back to the slide deck, because I think it's pretty clear what can be done. All right, let me go back to the slides. Some of these items are a privilege too. So in this case, auto renew and canceling are privileges in operations, where I just remove those privileges. I can play around with the order as well. In my list here, you see those items. You see a number here. There is a possible value between where these two zeros are still 48. The highest value is at the bottom. The lowest value, so the negative one, is always on top. So I can also play around where I want them. The moment there are ones, which are most of them, it means it will just put them in a, I would almost say, random order that is logical to the system. We talked about that billing order. If you want that one to be shown, it is a system setting in the customer CP option. I can hide prices or show prices. That is a privilege again in operations. Then we've got hide the entire billing functionality. I don't know why I would want to do that, but in the UX1 navigation, this is the billing menu item that you want to have, and all that is gone. What I'm missing there is I will miss the marketplace. I will miss all the order information. I will miss all the invoice information, the payment information. So I'm not 100% sure if that is what I want, because I want customers to see, to be able to place new orders. If I don't want them to see invoices because these invoices come from a different system, I can remove the invoices option from the control panel. But if you want to do everything, remove everything, you also remove the capabilities for that customer to place new orders, because placing an order is a billing functionality. So be aware that the hiding billing functionality can be done, but it has so many repercussions that you would almost have to set or create a separate marketplace yourself that uses the API to place orders. Tell me, Ana Paula.
This is something to configure in a reseller level? Like, can I say this reseller, for this reseller, its customers cannot see the billing functionality is hidden? Can I do that?
Yes, you can. And
Yeah.
that reseller can probably go in and change it himself, but this is to be done at each individual account level. Yeah.
Account level. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go back here. And then we are at the point where I'm going to ask for what questions do you have? And if not, please give me a thumbs up again. All right.
I like interrupting you to question instead of wait until the end.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. But not everybody is that way. Some people are always waiting, and if I don't do it, they won't ask a question. So that's why I also have a moment where people are hesitant can ask their questions.
I'm just messing with you, you know that.
I know. That's very good. But I really had customers that if I did not stop with a slide like this, they would not ask a question. So that's good. Okay, if there are no more questions, I want to thank you for your time again. And if I am correct, I see you on Wednesday, same time, same place, for the last session of this training. I did not get any access to a website yet to upload the recordings. I will ask again to Carlos and Alex to see if they are still working on it or whether they have forgotten that, so that I hope I can give you at least the recordings by Wednesday. Thank you all. Have a great day and see you on Wednesday.
Thank you, Erik.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.